Greetings, people of Earth. My name is Rob Wieland. I am an author, game designer, and professional nerd. Tonight, I am the host of Theater of the Mind Players, your friendly neighborhood actual play show. Tonight, we are playing Cyberpunk Red from R. Talsorian Games, and this is the second part of our story entitled Stux in the Middle with You. Just before our break, Stux used her net running skills to discover that Winger wasn't up for one murder, but she was up for four, and each of them had a personal connection to her sister, which is why we begin our episode here on 8 block, which is what the MCPD calls the 8th precinct, which is a brutal concrete building that they knocked down an entire block in Night City to construct this monstrosity that's all security cameras and drone patrols and barbed wire fences that just sticks out of the rest of the neighborhood like a knife in the back of it. And this is where Winger is being held, and she's cuffed to the table, the long cuff with the loop that goes through the middle. And in addition to that, she's wearing a device that looks similar to the BD the wreaths, except
what's a BD wreath?
That's the thing that
the new game.
That's the thing that you basically put on your head to watch a brain dance. So it's like the goggle thing that you put on, except it's more of like
so sort of like kind of like virtual reality.
Yeah. Did you ever see Strange Days?
Nope.
Think of like a laurel wreath that goes on somebody's head, except it's made of like metal and bobs and has like light displays up front. Like,
okay.
It's similar to that, except it has wires that are running down the side of her Golden Balboa cyber arm. This device is basically it's
you've been neutered.
Basically, it's a disruptor that messes with the commands that your brain gives to your cyberware, and it's generally adjusted so that it's just activated just enough that you can't actually use your arm, because they don't want to turn off cyberware, because, well, people have cyber hearts and things like that, and you can't really do that. But they want to make sure that somebody who does have a cyber arm can't just punch their way out of the cop shop. And you probably know this with your experience with the Night City Police Department. Sometimes they miss the calculation and like to adjust it on the fly if they, feel that you need to be a little more forthcoming with information.
why are you punching yourself? Why are you punching yourself?
So the door opens up, and in walks a detective with a decent suit, not too flashy, so he's probably not on the take, but not too cheap, so he's not like a real not a true believer. He's got his shield dangling around his neck, and he's holding a sandwich and a cup of coffee, and he puts it on the desk in front of him, and sits down and just... Ever have one of those days where you just keep going and going and going and going? No, I guess not. All right. Well, if you give me a moment here, I'm gonna eat. I just gotta get like 2 bites of this, and then we'll get this started, because I know I'm wasting your time. You're not gonna talk to me, so.
I mean, you feel like telling me why I'm here at some point. your homeboys back there, just decided to toss me in this fucking box.
Yeah, no, that's literally their job. Mm-hmm. We send them like flying monkeys out to come get you, and then they get you, and they got you. I mean, they took 2 of them, but they got you, and then they bring them back here, and we talk about why we need to talk. So then he takes a bite. So, well, I guess let's do it this way. Why do you think you're here?
I was speeding the other day on the bike a little bit. I don't know. I don't feel like that's an arrestable offense.
No.
So here we are. Yeah.
That's why they brought you here and called me in, a homicide detective, because you were speeding. That's
homicide.
A good first guess. Oh, did I let that slip? Oh, I'm a terrible policeman. Yeah. Do you know where is it? And he pulls out his agent and he's like, do you know him? And he a picture of Trent pops up. He keeps eating while you're wrestling with this.
Okay. So I did punch him the one time, twice.
Wait, was it once or twice?
Well, it was definitely the twice.
It was once, but 2 times.
Because it went that way, and then I went that way.
And then I did the other thing. There was a jaw thing that happened.
Yeah, that sounds about right. He was definitely missing a jaw when we found him.
He was missing it. No, last time I saw him, it was like gold, shiny chrome, like you do. And that's about it. Okay, here's the thing, though. Hold on. I'm just gonna... Y'all are gonna pull me in for some scumbag out of the PCP, right? It's been 6 months. And ain't no one's investigating the disappearance of my partner, okay? So no, I'm not telling you anything more about Trent fucking pop collar posse Rasmussen until you tell me that someone's doing some work.
Well, I am doing some work. This is a working lunch. And you already told me that you assaulted him.
He started it though. So.
Oh, wow. He flicks the photo and he shows you a crime scene photo. Well, it looks like y'all finished it too.
Look, I have not seen him since the other day at the fucking hot box. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a few witnesses from that incident, including you guys. I'll have these great nicknames you give yourselves, like Skull Dude and Pigmaster. Livewire, is that? Yeah, he said that you assaulted Trent.
I mean,
is that true?
He started it though. So
yeah, and oh wait. You finished it.
No. See, that was self-defense, and then I left, and that's all there was to that whole situation.
Okay. All right.
You can ask any one of my crew. We left, and that golden-jawed douchewad.
You have any names or addresses for that crew?
Nope. I was, no.
Well, then, how are we supposed to ask them?
Did this place have, like, fucking cameras or some ass shit? You can literally watch me fucking leave?
Yeah, but then you came back later, because this isn't the hot box where we found him. Maybe we should check those cameras too, huh?
Go for it.
So what happens if I come back here and those cameras have you in this location?
I don't even know what the fuck that location is. What location is that, sir?
the crime scene. We cut
Golly
to
gee willikers.
the rest of where are the rest of you as you are you casing 8 block? What is your plan of action here?
Like, we gotta bust her out, right? We gotta bust her
Okay,
out.
who wants to pretend to be a lawyer?
Do we want to?
Yes.
Are any of us good actors?
I have an acting skill of 10. Nope.
So do I.
That's a lie. 9.
I have an
Damn
acting
it.
skill of 10.
I don't think it's gonna work if it's
I got
though.
6. I got 6.
The twinsy thing.
Yeah, twin. I am her
This is
twin
my twin the lawyer.
Well, if we're gonna let's do it
There's
that
2
way.
of them. It's probable cause.
My lawyer Stux with 4 X's.
It's Stux, STEAUX.
Or
That's-
SUKS.
That's Sucks Esquire.
Yeah, that's ESQ. Angry thumbs.
So, yeah, where are you guys plotting? Are you still at the slow plotting how you're gonna get her?
I say go directly to the precinct because we're gonna end up fighting. But I'm gonna try to go in as her lawyer.
Well, I would say, but I'm saying, come on. What is your pre-fighting plan? And then
Pretend to be the lawyer.
I can forge. So if we need like papers or like something that shows that she's a lawyer or that this was unlawful,
Yeah.
maybe we can, I don't know, forge something like a witness.
I also have like a 13 security electronics tech or electronic security tech. So I mean, I could probably A, get in, B, take out their camera system, signal you guys, and you guys come in and we bust her the shit out.
We're just running in, grabbing, and leaving.
Yeah.
Smash and
Can
grab.
I do a stroll around the precinct and see if there are any alternative entrances, exits?
Look for fire escapes.
I can also pick locks. So if you find an entrance, I don't know if anybody else has lock picking, but
okay.
I do.
So
I-
I feel like right now you guys are pushing at 2 separate approaches. One is the
Classic
sneaky
vibe.
approach, classic TMP planning. One is the sneaky approach. One is the talky approach.
Because we're doing both.
I hope not.
if we sneak to a place where we could talk.
I'm hoping that the talky bit is plan A and the sneaky bit is plan B.
Yes.
Or the other way around.
Or talky bit is distracting for the sneaky bit.
Or plan M, we just set the building on fire.
Sorry, Winger. I don't.
Or we
Winger
just
dies in plan M.
or we just call it a day and go home.
I'm gonna
and-
start walking to block 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will tell you that, Jack, you know that like they don't leave doors open at the precincts like this. Like bluffing your way in is the least terrible of these plans, especially if Sun has the proper paperwork filed. So, Sun, go ahead and give me that roll. I'm going to say, so what are you trying to do with the paper?
Hey, son, do you have a way of getting us police uniforms?
Or are you gonna Death Star it? Is this what you're?
You're a little short
Little
for
short?
an NCP
Yeah.
D trooper. So my plan was to get her legit looking papers for a lawyer and to have her listed online somewhere as legit. and get that forged out. I'm not sure what obtaining clothes would be. But if that's something that I can do, because I think the thing is like getting all of us in there is kind of the tough call. I could probably like pretend to be Stux's secretary. And we can try to get like Jack and Boost in with uniforms potentially.
And have them be the cops that escort her out. Like, we have the order that I'm her lawyer. These are she's being released on bond, whatever, blah, blah.
You are a twin, though.
But they look like dissimilar enough that they didn't think Stux was Winger.
I would also like to point out that I have chem skin and tech hair, so I can completely change my...
Which, given that you are a famous rocker boy, you probably should do.
Good idea.
Right, yeah.
Yes. So would I be able to include the wardrobe in my forgery roll?
Let me look that up really quick, because I think the forgery roll of we have papers to release to release Winger, that's doable. I think the
Could I use my trading skills to try to find some at a pawn shop?
You could do that. Like they might be a little beat up.
Last year's model.
Yeah.
But if nobody looks too close,
Guys, I found some police uniforms, and you come out with like the Bobby helmet.
you go to the surplus.
Hey, fellas.
It's been out since 2019. So
Well, I'm required to spin this billy club the whole time I walk, so.
Yes.
if you whistle,
And you have to like waddle.
Yep.
if you whistle the Andy Griffith theme, they legally can't ask you any questions.
This is my bullet in my pocket, therefore.
Quick disclaimer, this is not actual legal advice.
No. Oh, please do not take legal advice from us.
I think you should decide whether or not the plan is the release or the fake transfer, because both of those are good ideas, and I think you should do one. I would say that the fake transfer is probably easier because prisoners will get shuffled around all the time. And you could still probably do the lawyer bit, because the lawyer's like, well, I want to be here to make sure that, you guys don't accidentally throw my client into the car 5 times before you remember to open the door on the 6th.
Yeah.
But that's going to require, so that would be, I think that would require an operator roll from Sun, and then how well you do on that is going to determine the difficulty roll for Boost to basically get the materials, because like the prisoner transfer is probably going to be uniforms and maybe like a cop car.
Okay.
Because it's good. Yes, we're here to transfer the prisoner. Get into this obvious nomad badass vehicle. Like
we upgraded. I think the prisoner transfer makes sense, and then we might have some time to like track down who's actually killing people and trying to pin it on Winger. Whereas as soon as they like actually call the judge on the release papers, then they'll be coming after us a little bit harder. So I think that would be fine. And you said that's an operator role, or is that still forgery?
Make it a forgery roll. Let's do a pair of rolls and see if you both hit the rolls. That will be a full success. If only one of you hits the rolls, then that will be a complicated success. Which
I'm doing trading to find all this stuff.
Jordan?
Yeah.
Let's have your forgery roll be a difficult. So that's a 15.
Okay.
Forge that shit.
And actually, Ethan, I think that your trading role is going to be. Well, I'll let you choose. If you're just looking for the uniforms, that's actually just going to be a 13. If you want the cop car, that's going to be a 15 as well.
We're gonna go for the whole shebang.
All right, roll them. Let's see how this plan works.
Roll, roll, roll.
10.
Pop, pop. Finally a good pop, pop.
14 plus 11, so that is
25.
a
25.
25.
Okay.
I got a 17.
All right. Are we
succeeded
actually
at
going
a
to-
thing, you guys.
Ooh, so the thing is to just have me and Ethan roll together
That worked this time.
this time.
So, because you popped, what? All right. So because you popped, I think you're basically going to have a, you had Stux, because this is all electronic stuff. Basically, add in a thing where like 5 minutes after you leave the police station, the transfer order deletes itself, and
Nice.
poof, you go off into the wind.
And the car I found doesn't have fuel injectors, so it runs good on normal gas.
And
It's got
to
a catalytic converter, so it runs good on normal gas. Ethan.
if you guys keep doing Blues Brothers references, we are going to have a musical Cyberpunk episode. I do not know if that is a threat, but it is.
Everybody needs somebody.
That confirms it. It's a threat.
Jesus, Jesus H. Tap dancing Christ.
All right.
I have seen the light.
So we cut to so who is entering the building for okay, just you? No backup? You and Sun?
I'll be behind her with like a little clipboard.
Okay. Oh, the clipboard
Carry a
is
clipboard
unstoppable.
And yeah,
I'll be
everyone will think.
just chattering. So, after this, we have your 5 o'clock over on that side of town. Just remember, they are allergic to oysters, so we can't go to the good restaurant. We got to pick that like secondary place. I know you don't like it as much. Just
So you come up. It's not even a desk sergeant. It's basically like a kiosk, like a Taco Bell, except it's like a police kiosk. So it's like, please enter your prisoner number.
Boop, 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 boop,
Bip, bip,
boop,
bip,
boop.
bip, 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 bip. Please enter your law ID number.
Boop, 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 boop.
doing great.
Greetings, Miss Matlock. Your client is 16th in the queue to be processed. Do you wish to see them?
Yes.
And the kiosk rotates back around, and one of the doors buzzes open, and the two of you go through. I'm assuming that Jack and Boost are basically waiting outside by the car, like in uniforms, trying to look, tough.
Yeah,
or at
yeah.
least conspicuous. Okay.
Look natural. No, natural.
Slump your shoulders even more.
Though Jack would actually probably be good at it.
The door opens up, and the detective is accompanied by your lawyer, whom you recognize, or at least you recognize her secretary.
Winger, you don't say another word. We're getting you transferred to a different facility.
For the best. This guy wants my head.
I said, don't speak
I knew it was gonna be
another word.
Detective Kimbathi is like, he holds up his agent. Can you transfer your paperwork here so we can process this thing?
Jackie.
Sorry. Detective, here you are. And I do a transfer over.
Okay. Stux, you realize that
I thought
you...
he just named me. I was like, what?
No.
He's a really good detective. Fuck.
You realize that the detective's agent has the case file on it. If you can get it off the case file, or if you can get it off the agent or get the agent, you can have you can get the file, the full file that you were able to get more information, but you didn't have the time or ability to make your way all the way through all the ice and stuff because we didn't have 8 hours to run this.
Right.
But if you either figure out a way to hack it now or steal the physical thing, you can get the file and get the information that you need to clear Winger's name. How do you go about this?
And the file, so I may know what my client is being accused of.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you'd prefer I take your entire agent from you.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a
Persuasion.
Yeah. Call it a 13.
Is that a good laugh or a bad laugh, Sarah? Did it pop or did it bob?
What?
Did
It only pops or bobs once, Sarah.
Oh, well, still, that's 32.
Negative.
So wait, if it 10 and then roll once more.
Yeah, even if it's another 10.
Even if
it's
it's another 10.
10.
Okay, yeah, so it is 32.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Energy in the studio today. So good. So good.
There you go. All four of them. I hope you got a bunch of coffee because we got four to hang on.
Hold up. 4?
Winger, I said no more talking.
He fiddles on his phone, and the cuffs on the table open up, and you start to feel your golden Balboa again, and he pulls the disruptor off. All right, I guess we'll. So you're taking him to 10 block. I don't know why you'd think if they would actually fix the goddamn plumbing up on 15, they'd be able to use the holding cells up there.
Is he
But they
talking
haven't.
shit or
He's talking to Stux.
Okay. Like, is it
Well-
legit though?
Is there an insight
See, that's
check?
the thing. Having working plumbing is kind of a requirement to keep prisoners. Because
Give me
we're
a-
not monsters after all.
Give me a human perception, Amaretto.
Okay, cool.
Do you want me to as well?
Let Amaretto do it since she asked.
Okay.
I mean, you can if you want to, but
I'm gonna run and use my cyberware.
okay.
My I lie voice stress analyzer gives me a +2 to human perception checks.
Do it. I assume that you use that stuff unless you tell me that you're not.
I just
Because-
really like the name, so I keep saying the name.
I like it too. That's like, I mean, we called out this house rule. What two episodes ago?
Oh God, I can't touch my face, and it's making me nervous.
13 plus 14.
It's 27.
27. Or 27.
Yes, you guys.
All right. He seems very like, fine, I guess now I have to actually like do this, as opposed to we like the feeling that you get as you walk out of there, and as I'm certain, like you review as you start to review the paperwork, is basically they just wanted to hang, or like they wanted to hang Razor's murder on her just to get it off the board, and like these other ones are basically sitting there in the pile, and we're like, oh sure, fine, we'll throw those on there too. That's 4 less things. That, I mean, that's really how the Night City Police work, is fine. Is it close enough? Okay, but the fact that you have come in, annoyed the detective enough that he's like, all right, fine, I guess I gotta investigate this now. Like,
So they didn't really have like evidence at her, which is awesome. Okay.
No.
I thought somebody might have forged something. I was really worried about it. Can I tell if he wanted my number?
The important things.
For our listeners, I need to let y'all know that Rob told us that he cast Aldous Hodge in this role. So Jordan's feeling.
I was going to say, I believe this may be the first romance plot that you have ever been interested in.
It was a joke. It was a joke. I don't want to date the cop.
All right, that's fair. That's like you threw the one thing in there that's the deal breaker, Rob, and that was it. Sorry. Okay. So
on our way out the door, can I yell later, skater?
Yeah, sure.
Mouth shut, YouTuber. Out of the building.
I think Stux is really just enjoying being like, I'm your lawyer, shut up. Unless you say something nice about me.
Winger, you just really don't know about the right to remain silent. Or is it an inability to do so?
I mean, is later skater going to get me in trouble? Mr. Lady Cop person?
I've known a skater that has gotten in trouble for saying later skater.
Okay, well, I happen to not be a skater, so I guess it's probably fine though.
So you get out and you see Jack and Boost waiting by a cop car. Who opens the door for Winger? Because of course you're going to make her ride in the back no matter what. I mean,
I think we both open doors on either side of the car and then look at each other. And then both start to close the door.
I'll go in one side. That's
it. Oh no, you no. Oh no. Shit. We should have rehearsed this.
I roll my eyes before getting into the car.
Do they both like salute each other too when they open the door? Like they both open the door and they salute each other and like
I will follow Winger to
It's a
sit
great
beside
bit. I love it. All right. So where do you convene? Do you go back to Alamo Slow to review the materials that you have? Or what are you doing here?
Maybe, let's go back to Stux's place.
Okay.
Is there a cop bar we can go sit at?
Hello, how do you do, fellow cops? So, all right.
But
so
did you get that one serial killer who was like friends with all the cops?
The one serial killer?
Well, the one, shoot, I can't remember his name.
So, Stux, tell us about your apartment.
My apartment is probably looks similar to a server room.
Okay.
Where like you'd think that might be a chair, but you're not sure if it's a hard drive or something. I don't know. But there is like a decent seating place though for everyone. But there's like screens all over the place and like wires and stuff like that.
Everything hot pink.
Maybe.
Okay, so what are you trying to figure out from the... So here's what you get from the case file. 4 of your ex-boyfriends have been killed, Winger.
Stux.
I'm sorry, 4 of Stux's ex-boyfriends have been killed. and all of them had some kind of violent contact with Winger at some point.
I'm a good twin.
Well, to be fair, at least 75% of them deserved it.
Right, like
you can pick which one of those four you were like, you didn't have to do that thing.
He didn't deserve a broken leg.
But I
for
did
that.
though.
All the names are Ronald Raman Anderson, Zach ZBD Lockmensch, John Vargy Cole, and Trent Razor Rasmussen. Raman was shot in the street. ZBD was thrown out of a window. Vargy had his arm ripped off and bled out, and then Razor was smothered during surgery to reattach his broken cyberjaw.
Mothering doesn't seem like Winger's MO.
It's not.
I like that. Well, that's the proof right there. She wouldn't just put a pillow on a guy. I mean,
Yeah,
like that just seems too clean.
Also too complicated if he's in surgery.
Right.
Like,
I'm
let
still
me tell
not
y'all, I
convinced.
didn't flatline these gonks. I didn't do it.
I'm still
What
not
if I'd
convinced
done
that
it?
she's innocent.
How
But-
could you tell me that I was wrong?
I don't think that one that got shot in the street deserved when you smashed his foot. That seems like a little bit far, but
I mean,
he did stand Stux up that one time.
He stood Stux up that one time, and she was all dressed up. She did extra on the eye makeup with the colors and things. That was a lot of time and effort and energy, and he needed to understand that.
I think making sure that he couldn't stand up for the next 4 weeks was a bit far. Personally,
We have different ideas of what is too far or not.
But Stux, is it do you have another ex that might be jealous about these guys, or?
Well,
I would have said it was Trent.
I mean, yeah. Of course I would. But I don't know. I guess the list is kind of long.
Do we have the files?
Yes.
Yeah. Can we see the dates at which, can we order them in terms of which one died first and second?
They're in order. So Ramen, ZBD, Vargy, and then Razor was the most recent, and that was only 2 days ago.
Okay.
Do we know how long in between murders?
Each one is about 3 to 4 days. So this has all happened within the space of 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay. And is there anything interesting about the locations? Do they match up? Are they all completely different locations?
They're all completely different locations. The only one that has a witness corroboration that identified Winger is Razor's murder. The witness is named Emile Labatt. And he said that he's apparently the Ripper doc that was performing the surgery on Razor, and he went out to get some materials, and when he returned, he saw Winger finishing him off, and then ran out and pushed back past him into the street.
Were they all missing cyberware? Were they all missing cyberware?
No.
Okay, because he had mentioned that the jaw was missing, I think. The detective. Okay, that's all.
So we're sure she didn't do it.
Nope.
Excuse you.
We
85% sure.
I'd like to see if there's anything else that connected these guys besides the fact they dated Stux and Winger messed them up. Do they go to the same Ripper dock? Like, do they go to the same watering hole, grow up in the same area?
Give me a...
Streetwise?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Uh, 20. 8 plus 12.
So the connection to Stux seems to be that they all dated her. That's like the main thing linking these people.
Mm-hmm.
And you definitely think that somebody targeted them to get a reaction from either Stux or Winger. And when that didn't happen, they probably put the frame in with the NCPD.
This is going to make me seem like a stuffy detective, but does anybody have anything out for you? Because I've been trying to find a connection between these guys, and unfortunately, their poor taste in follow up with dating.
Stux, you remember those fixers that we pissed off? You know, like they were married and then they divorced and then now they're like fighting against each other. We think that might have anything to do with it. Well, you were working for both of them and then they kept trying to hire me to go against each other. It was dirty.
That might be it. We could talk to him.
Is that it?
I mean, we should probably talk to this Emile Labatt person.
Does anybody know him? Who is he? What's he about? What is he?
A Ripper dock?
Give me another Streetwise, Amaretto. Or anybody who wants to has Streetwise wants to do it.
I haven't rolled at all, so I shall.
What you got? I got a 16.
I got 12.
I got a 17.
Ooh.
Jack, you're like, wait. Do they mean lab rat? Because there's a river dock that you know that has a street name of Lab Rat because he has chrome an overbite that he tried to correct with some chrome teeth, and it just makes him have a shiny overbite.
Right.
And he works. And like you're looking at the address and you think that's the address of his clinic, which is in this old experience or this old restaurant called Chucklebucks, which, as you recall, was a clown themed restaurant.
No.
Right.
Oh, guys, we can't go there.
We're going though.
We're burning it down.
We can burn it down on the way out. I'm cool with that.
I don't do clowns, man.
Well, we're fixing to do some clowns.
It's too bad if you don't want to do clowns, because that's going to answer the question of who framed Winger in our next segment.
Who framed Winger Rabbit?
So thought you were going to say Roger Rabbit. I really did.
So if you enjoyed our show, please be sure to check out the next episode. Until then, just repeat to yourself, it's only a game. I should really just relax. Congratulations, fellow human! You've reached the end of an exciting episode of Theater of the Mind Players. If you enjoyed our story, please like the video. If you want more games, subscribe to our channel. Attack the bell for notifications on new posts. If you liked the episode, please tell us what you enjoyed the most in the comments. If you loved the episode, consider joining our Patreon. You'll get access to special shows, session zeros, and help us determine what we play on the show. We love our friends of Pat Rayon, and we hope to see you there.